Hey guys, welcome back to All Things Knives. It's your host Fletcher, and today we will be going over top 5 EDC knives, or at least my top 5 EDC knives. Let's just get into it. They're not really in any specific order. You'll probably notice a lot of these are around the same size. Some of these are also indicative or kind of a archetype for the other knives that fit into their category, so you'll know when I get into it. The Hogue Deka. Great knife that I really underestimated until I got one. And it is a knife that has probably almost replaced the Bugout as my favorite lightweight. Hogue just does a better job with their axis lock than Benchmade. Sorry, not sorry. Nope, not gonna retract it. Nothing like that. Hogue, if you want me quoted saying it, you just email me. Or just record this video. I think that the Able lock is a better... I just think it's smoother. They do a great job with it. 20 CV, though, not my favorite steel. I really like this one because of the overall design. And you are able to get magnet cut in this knife, so not a big deal. You can just blade swap the lightweight with the G10. Really what makes me like this over the Bugout is the G10 handles. It's just G10 with no liners, pretty good. Or partial liners, I should say. Very, very amazing. Love this knife. The Gen 2 is obviously going to be a huge upgrade. Not as many body screws, deep carry pocket clip. It basically just improves upon the older design, which I already love. Gen 2 is going to be right where it's at. And the price point is similar to a Bugout, but you're technically getting an upgraded materials. So there you go. Now this one's going to represent not only the mini Griptilian, but the full-size Griptilian, and I would say any of the Ritter Hogues. Okay, I consider them under the same family of knife, and they are iconic EDC knives. They have a small one for someone like me who has smaller hands. They have a larger one for also someone like me. I would say I have more like medium hands, but who maybe wants a larger knife for when he's outdoors. This is perfect for EDC, kind of the smaller ones. They're small, they're robust, they're cheap, and man, do they perform. When I get people who walk up to my counter and they say, I need a good work knife, Griptilian is the answer because it is not too thick, it is not too thin, which means it's kind of a jack of all trades, right? It'll be a good cutter, it'll be on harder materials such as zip ties, but it'll also cut softer things such as like paper or stickers or tape, or cardboard, and go through it just fine. And relatively comfortable handle. It's got that palm swell on it. It makes it rather comfortable, especially for grip like this or any of the pinch grips, reverse grip rather easily. So gotta love the Griptilian and the Ritter Hogue, because they kind of evolved out of each other, if you're completely honest. Probably one of my all-time, probably number one on this list, but not really in any particular order, but if it was, probably number one. Spyderco Para. They offer it in a million different flavors. Not literally, but just about. If you want a high wear resistant tool steel that is absolutely just insane, Maximit's your guy. You want just a normal everyday carry, S45VN, S30V if you find the old ones. They have S35VN, they have 20CV, they have S110V, which is high wear resistant stainless. They have, let's see what else they got. They got the lightweights. They got BD1N. They got Spy 27. Basically, if you want a knife in a different steel, Para 3 is a really good bet. They have a ton in production, but they also have a ton they do sprints in, and exclusives. This one's kind of been through the, kind of been rode hard and put up wet. That's just how it is sometimes, but that's how I know I can rely on them and depend on them. They're great. They're good stuff. I love the Para 3, and around $160, $170, maybe less. Phenomenal knife. Can't really ask for more or less. And USA made. All of these are USA made. That's kind of an important factor to me. Yes, none of these are really a budget knife, but we're going for the best, not the most affordable. Benchmade Bugout. Standard one's great. Get me a G10 one with some M4 or S90V, even better. Standard cost for these, $160 nowadays. I bought this one, it was $144, starting to get a little overpriced in terms of the performance to materials ratio, but if when you order a custom one, you can upgrade the materials and get exactly what you want, which is really, really nice. S30V, just like the Deka, it's lightweight, slim, fits in the pocket, don't have to think about it, ambidextrous opening. That's what all these axis lock knives have in common. Phenomenal. One gripe about the Para 3, I love it, but choose a lanyard hole or the pocket clip. Prioritize one. None of this middle ground stuff. All right. Lastly, the PM2. Basically the Para 3, but if I need a bigger knife, it does the job. Not a reason to dislike this knife. I will say it has a thin tip, but I don't pry with my knives. I just cut with them. And so full flat grind geometry is perfect for that. And just like the Para 3, there's a flavor of the month for literally every single one of these. Sorry, for the PM2 and the Para 3, and just about every steel. Now, obviously, that's a hyperbole, but they have done a lot of steel sprints. Crewware is probably my favorite in this platform. It just performs so well. You can get a good range of stainlesses, 20 CV, Crewware, well, that's not really stainless, 20 CV, LMAX, S45VN, S110V, S90V. You could throw a stick in the woods and find a steel variant for the PM2. And it just has that little bit of extra handle and a little bit of extra blade. So it's perfect to pair with the Para 3 in terms of a collection. If you already know you like the Para 3, the PM2 is just a little bigger, and if your hands aren't too small, you'll be right at home. This was kind of a speed run through my top 5 knives. If you guys have any questions, comment them down below. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. If you think this would help a friend decide on their first good EDC knife, go ahead and share it with them. Don't forget to turn on that notification bell. Lets you know when I post a new video, and I post really, really regularly. So if you like knife content and you want to stay entertained, go ahead and subscribe, turn on that notification bell. But most importantly, folks, please don't forget to stay sharp.